Well, good morning, good morning. I am headed to Cincinnati, Ohio to pick up a used air compressor. I bought a used air compressor from my favorite industrial surplus company, HGR in Euclid, and they have a deal if you buy something. Well, they did. I don't know that they're open anymore. You had 30 days to try it out. So I bought for $3,000 an Atlas Copco. I think it was a 15 horsepower variable speed air compressor, and I went past 30 days because we didn't get it hooked up. Plugged the thing in and it had 70,000 hours, which sucks because 70,000 hours is a lot of hours. The last time I did this, the old Atlas Copco lottery with HGR, I turned it on and had 12,000 hours, just had a full service. So sometimes you get lucky. Well, we started getting quotes and bids, and holy crap, a brand new air compressor. I like to run air compressors, and I like everything in duplication so we can always run. What's happening is when we're running the bottling line and pumping drums, we just don't quite have enough air. So I think we've got one 20 horse air compressor and one 15 horse air compressor that is not working. It needs an air end rebuild, and that's before we locked it up. So I'm heading down to Dayton. A business owner sold his business and his building, and the new buyer did not want the air compressor, so I'm going to buy a 25 horse air compressor, 100 CFM, and it's a scroll, screw air compressor. This thing new would be, probably 50 grand. 50 grand. I mean, the cost to buy one just from a distributor is about $25,000. So this one is the FF, which is full feature. This has its own dryer. It's not necessary because we have an external dryer, but it would be nice to have, the horsepower. So this will be enough horsepower to run 2-inch air diaphragm pumps, the bottling line. And this will get us by, 25 grand, just cost if you're a distributor. So it'd be 45, 50 grand if you were to buy it because they double the price. So I found a used one with 16,000 hours, and it is worth the 5-hour drive to Cincinnati. But it just goes to show you, sometimes entrepreneurs, we get ahead of ourselves. We buy things, thinking that, everything's always going to work out the same. And, sometimes when you buy used, it isn't good. But I know the company that services this unit, same one that used to service ours. So I know it's been serviced. And it's got another 40, 50,000 hours before, it needs a rebuild or anything like that. So my team needs air. So we're going to get this hooked up. But where this came about is, I've seen this now twice with, if you saw the Tesla video, that was really about how poorly run, not for the owner. It's wonderfully for the owner of Classic Auto, who has, I've been informed, a jet, if not plural jets, and right there at the Lake County Airport. And, jet fuel is expensive. So you've got a consumer that's getting the shaft. Dodge is making their money, and the dealership's making their money, and there's the consumer left holding the bag. And I just, it's only a matter of time. So too many companies focus on their own dollar, their own revenue. And I didn't recognize this as much until I met Clayton Christie, and I go, wow, this guy is 100% focused on the success of his customers. He's not really focused on his success. But what happens is if you're focused on your customer success, you get success. But as companies get passed down to generations, and there's so many people, the focus on the company making money becomes more important than they forget their customer. And I see this with the air compressor companies. They're just, they see us as revenue. They don't see us as a customer. They're not trying to help us make money. They're trying to help them make their companies money, and that's just how they're set up. I mean, you try to give them a shot and say, hey man, I'm going to be putting compressors in all of my franchises, and it could be your compressor. I need a little help on the compressor. Nope. Nothing, no help. They can't see the big picture, and honestly, they're not even in a position to even see or understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, we've had a couple different service companies, and it's a money drain, cost of doing business, but holy crap, these companies are focused on making revenue, baby. And yeah, just I see it with the automobile dealerships. I see it with service industry, boiler guys. Fortunate we found a good boiler guy, because the boiler industry, there's a lot of crooked people in the boiler industry. I mean, holy cow, everybody's just trying to... No wonder everybody's always worried about getting screwed over. Like, I guess if you're always on guard, you're gonna, you know, you won't get screwed over, but you also pass up on opportunities you shouldn't. So yeah, on my way down to Cincinnati. So, yep, I'm gonna get an air compressor. So, it's gonna be fun. So I'm in Hamilton, Ohio. Just getting here, it was raining all the way down, but it's actually pretty nice down here. The sun shines in Cincinnati, I can tell you that. It's like moving to Florida down here. So, gonna stop at this guy's house. We're gonna put, hopefully, maybe both compressors.
Turn left onto Liberty Woods Drive.
So either both compressors, or, you know, I'm putting the good one on first, and then he's got another big old honking air compressor. It's 3-phase, 10 horse. I'll throw it on there if it fits, but
next left onto Liberty Woods Drive.
I'm gonna leave it if it doesn't, because it's not really what I'm after. So I got a 2-for-1 deal on this compressor.
I'll take 22.
Oh yeah, we can scooch this around. Yeah, we're good. This is it, huh?
Yeah, let me
She's a beaut.
show you how this thing here.
It's even got the service records on the inside, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and like I said, if you need anything, this is where when the guys came out, they filled all this out
Oh yeah,
from day one.
it's got the hours.
And
Beautiful.
but anything you need,
Air Technologies.
yep.
Oh, you got manuals and everything.
You just gotta make sure you tell them it's for fixture dimensions, then they'll pull it up. That's all right there.
Cool.
Like you said, they said the oil did not need changing. Let's see, that's this key. All right, here's this guy.
So this ran all of your equipment in your woodworking shop.
And the finishing department.
So this was, you were doing a lot of trim and stuff for like the Marriotts.
For hotels.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
This is 1, 2, 3 round
Good deal.
on there.
This is awesome.
Over here, this here, this is your water still in line. This is your air dryer.
Gets the water out of it.
We had it plugged in where it's spit outside.
Beautiful.
Because depending on how much water you got,
Heck yeah.
that's what you'll do.
Well, this is a good one. 25 horsepower, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You remember what you paid for this, don't you?
Sure do. It's in our asset report.
No, these aren't cheap.
A little over 36,000.
Wow.
What we paid for it on there.
Awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of guessing. I was hoping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna start heading home. Nope, another 5 hours. Well, thanks, Dale. Dale's buddy. Oh, no, brother-in-law. Appreciate it. I got about, I'll be home around 9:30, 10 o'clock. But appreciate it. This is going to go to a good home, and it's going to pump a lot of maple syrup in its day. So, thanks for helping me out, guys. Would you look at that? A Maple Street Biscuit Company.
Take the next left.
There you go. Breakfast in the morning, folks. So, I think I'm going to stop and eat and stay here tonight. This is a long day.
In 800 feet, turn left.
I need to be in Cleveland tomorrow, so it didn't make sense to drive all the way home to Western Pennsylvania and then back to Cleveland. So I'm just going to stay here. And I think I'm going to sell quite a bit of maple syrup at this customer tomorrow. They buy a lot. I would say, well, they said they bought 100 220-gallon totes, which that's 22,000 gallons. And they are buying it in totes, and they're in Cleveland, and they're buying it from not somebody in Ohio. So, yeah, I'm going to go get that business. I should be sponsored by Fairfield Inn. We stay at a lot of these places. It's like there's a spot waiting for me. That's kind of weird. 617. This was not clean. I'm gonna go back down. Well, good morning again. Just leaving the hotel. And if you're like, hey, Nate, it looks like you're wearing the same clothes you did yesterday, it's because I am. Better safe than sorry. They always have toiletries there, but they did not have deodorant. More than you needed to know, but I am definitely going to go find some deodorant and get on the road and actually stop and look at a capper at a company in Cleveland. They had it on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to stop and see them and look at it, because our jug line, we have a capper, but this actually will put the caps on the bottle. They will make sure it has the metal foil seal in it, so there's a sensor for that, and also torque it down. He said I got to look at it because it was built for a much bigger cap size. So we're going to head to Cleveland and take a look at that, and then head home with these buttes, well, to the facility in Jefferson. You know, that air hose is made a good cushion. I was kind of worried about this hitting, but that air hose, which connects to this guy, yeah, it's doing the job. I hate when I buy the wrong deodorant. And I wanted the clear stuff, and I ended up with the white stuff that I'm pretty sure all of it's killing us. Heading over to Maple Street here.
At the light, turn right, then turn right.
All right, I know where it is. How you doing? Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Good. I had to get some good breakfast this morning. All right, here's the good stuff right here. 5 and dime. I'm not a goat cheese guy, so a lot of people like this. It's just not my favorite. That's my favorite right here. Also, chicken and waffles, amazing. The gravy's amazing. What else? I don't really look at anything else because I always get this. By far my favorite table. Community table, check it out. It's got the pipes. I just think they're cool. I don't know if it still holds true, but this one always had the most caffeine.
So, but if you're already doing it right,
Is that called the hash ups? Is that what that is?
Hash bowl, yeah.
I got you.
Onions, mushrooms, bacon, spinach, potatoes.
Got you. What's your name?
I'm Andy.
Andy, I'm Nate, the maple farmer.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, dude.
You make all of our maple?
I do.
Fires. It's good.
Well, dude, thanks, man.
You guys are doing, don't stop it.
Well, that's what, we're from Ohio. What do you expect? So this is the orange machine, orange juice machine. You just hit the button. This is what I'm saying. Look at this. I don't even know where to put the camera.
I'm gonna go back so you can see all of it in action.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's sweet. This is the best orange juice out there.
What are you doing today, man?
Beautiful. All right, this is the machine. Eric's giving me a little tour of the machine here. We met on Facebook Marketplace, and I sent this email to Jess, and her answer was, "Do you really need it, Nate?" That's her job.
The answer, yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Like this is what you're talking about, where the spacing. These can get closer, but you're saying this plastic thing needs to be.
Yeah, we'll take it off.
I got you.
And I'll show you.
Oh yeah, man.
But this, this is what I was looking at. These you're gonna have to, you bring them together. I brought them
Right.
to what I thought was about 38 mil.
And then it's adjustable even in and out, right? Like these could go farther
Yeah.
apart.
So
I got you. And then how do you open them so depth? Like my caps are a little deeper.
this guy here, you get tight, but
Does that slide?
it's like two nuts here.
I got you.
So anyways, you move it up the thing, and the whole thing is either down or up.
I got you.
So
This thing could potentially go further that way, maybe. Seems like it's
the other thing you can do if you need to is
have a machinist do.
move this on.
I got you. I think this would work. So this guy's where you dump the caps.
Yep. So you dump the caps in there.
What is that?
That's just a trap that goes on the back.
Is that so like if you lose some of your foil, you'll know?
It's actually supposed to go pushed up and put on the back here.
I got you. It just slid down.
Switch on. They don't really use.
So they could just dump caps in here.
Come up here, so push it here. This is the piece where the air is coming out. You can control where it is. Like you probably need to put it.
I got you.
There's room, and then it blows caps the wrong direction, and then
I got you.
this.
They might even fall because mine are deeper. So this is adjustable. Eric, do you think this will work for 38 millimeter caps? No, you just give me your opinion.
My opinion is you can definitely make it work. You might need to make a few minor adjustments.
I got you.
That everything is controllable on.
Oh, it's got its own conveyor.
Yeah.
So it's got its own conveyor on
So
here.
we really just use it for the conveyor, but it's a little too long for us. It pushes us into the wall, which is why.
Is this mounted to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can move it up and down too.
And then it has this cool thing where it'll tell you if there's a foil.
So that's a foil, yeah. And this guy will kick out.
So it'll push it out if there's no foil. That's awesome. It's a no-brainer. I'll trade you some syrup.
Making up on
Yeah.
that this thing sits in your warehouse and
Right.
fills
This is cool.
stuff on
So
purpose.
this is what you're talking about. These would need to be machined in thinner.
If you want to turn that off for a second, we'll lift it up.
Sure. All right. So in order to get it tighter on the bottle, we would push the spindles in. And what will happen when you push the spindles in is these belts will get too loose. There's not enough, what do you call it?
Tension.
Yeah, tension here. Or you'd run out of room on this guy. But I'm just wondering, like, it might be worth it just for me to take the whole thing and then but it's all integrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you're better off just using this thing. Can this come up? Good tune.
I can't tell where.
Hopefully it won't break anything.
Anyways,
I got you.
if you could move these red ones in, your bottle's probably smaller.
Well, we have gallon jugs down to quarts.
Okay.
So
I
like,
don't know what the range this can do is,
this is cool.
but
I think we can make
the
it.
range is going to be in here. This range.
So this would move in and out on your belts. So we might be.
If you go, let's say the bottle's smaller, you're going to see that's rotating, and the red things are moving closer together.
But you're really at the max for width, right?
Here?
Yeah, if you go out as far as you can, how far is that? Basically out to here.
Yeah, we're at it.
Because a gallon's like, I think 10 inches in diameter.
Yeah, it's not. It's probably the width of this, which is 4-ish inches.
It's all right. I actually think I don't even need these.
You take them off too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if we go back here, let me run it.
Now, is there usually there's a tent like a chuck cap or like a one of them has a what do you call it, like a clutch. You put a clutch on one of them, so ours has a clutch, so it'll when it hits tight, it'll stop rotating and it won't pull your knurls off. You know what a knurl is?
It's like you can update each one of these in or out.
I got you.
So that's
Very cool.
the other thing that this machine can do is there's a punch
I saw that in the video you made.
that you can use.
This will pop the cap down.
Based on this. It's not connected to air, but you can set this.
So as soon as it goes past this,
Yeah, as soon as it hits that.
and then set the timer, you can probably adjust that time. That's awesome. Dino's already waiting for me. I picked a good time to do this. Yep. Dean and I have unloaded and loaded lots of things over the years. Getting pretty good at it. I'm less careful than the guys that put this in. But let's get you some footage. You know what's interesting? Is I sold 22,000 gallons worth of syrup by accident. And people will say, Nate, you got lucky. Yep. Luck favors those who don't depend on it, I guess. But think about that. I looked on Facebook Marketplace for a capper, and I found somebody in Cleveland, Ohio, buying 22,000 gallons of maple syrup a year. At over $4 a pound. Yeah, we're going to get that business. So these guys gave me a sample of what they're buying, gave me some stuff to bring home. They have a good product. It's a lot of maple syrup in it, so it's obviously a good product, Jess, but it's got maple syrup in it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm going to go run a quick color sample on this. My guess is 55 to 60, somewhere in there. Like it's amber, but it's going to be on the darker end. And it tastes exactly like Sean Dunning syrup. Okay. See what we got for color here. This looks like dark robust to me. Look at that. Reference. I will say this lab is immaculate. Like Jody does a good job. I love the lab. Started my career in the lab. It's a huge competitive advantage to have a lab where you can analyze things, like in a professional, scientific way. And you can't argue with it if it's done the right way. What do you think? I guess this is going to be 55 to 60 is my guess. TC. Tastes like it. Looks like a 55 to 60. And I haven't run these in a long time, by the way. Like, I'm not like, doing this every day anymore. $53. I guess 55 to 60. It's a 53. I always tell my team, you got to rotate it and push it 3 times, because 3 will give you a better idea. So 53. It's really to get the same number. You want to make sure you get the same number, because if you just take the first number and you just happen to be on a scratch on the glass, it's not good. $52. So 53, 53, 52. I call that 53. Thank you for keeping the lab immaculate, Jody. Thank you. It's good syrup. There's a slight bit of off flavor in there, but not much.